Hey there, everybody. Pete Pardo here from Sea of Tranquility. Welcome to day 27, episode 27 of the 30 most important albums in the history of hard rock and heavy metal. Today, we've got another good one, another game changer, right? Released July 25th, 1983. Produced by Paul Curcio for the Megaforce Records label. I'm talking about Metallica, Kill 'Em All. Thrash metal became a force to be reckoned with throughout the 80s, and you can probably owe a lot of that to the success of this band right here, alongside a bunch of other bands who kind of came out right around the same time. You had Slayer, you had Celtic Frost, who I guess could kind of be considered thrash, sort of. You had Megadeth shortly thereafter. Of course, Dave Mustaine came from the early lineup of Metallica. Exodus, right? All these other bands that kind of came in the wake, but it's hard to deny the influence and the importance of Metallica, who became, quite frankly, one of the biggest heavy metal bands on the planet as the 80s started to unfold, right? The latter part of the 80s going into the early mid-90s. Metallica, they were the thing, right? They were the big daddy of all of them, selling millions and millions of albums and headlining stadiums left and right. I mean, it's hard to deny the success that Metallica has had, but it all kind of started pretty humbly right here. There's, of course, all the story about, Johnny Z from Megaforce Records, discovering the band and getting them, to record on the No Life Till Leather demo and all that sort of stuff. All this, they were playing around the Los Angeles area. I mean, you had all these bands that were incorporating elements of the new wave of British heavy metal bands who were already, making waves, right, by the time this kind of came out. And Metallica basically loved that stuff. I mean, everybody's heard their love for Diamond Head and all these other bands that were popular on the new wave of British heavy metal scene. They also were into punk music as well. So here you had this fast and frantic music, but very meticulous as far as the musicianship. And, fast, really fast, speedy drumming, a lot of double bass drums, and the riffs were just, lightning speed and all these really daggering solos and things like that. And of course, you had James Hetfield's kind of hoarse, a little more aggressive vocal style, which we really hadn't heard. When all these thrash bands started coming out, you had these new vocal styles, right, that we were not really used to. Maybe you can kind of go back to Motorhead and Lemmy as someone who started that whole thing. But, bands like Metallica and all the others that came out afterwards, hard to deny, and then, before you know it, the Bayhead thrash scene became like the hotbed of music as far as heavy metal goes. So here, you've got Hit the Lights. I mean, just fast and frantic. Kirk Hammett, brand new in the band. He replaced Dave Mustaine, and he's just laying down. Some of my favorite solos from Kirk Hammett are on this album, on the debut album. You got the classic, The Four Horsemen. This album is such a riff-a-rama. James Hetfield, one of the great creators of riffs that we've ever had. Motor Breath, Fast and Furious, Jump in the Fire. Great. You got Anesthesia, Pulling Teeth, right? Just Cliff Burton, ladies and gentlemen, right? May he rest in peace. You got Whiplash. That is some of the birth of thrash metal is on this album, right? Phantom Lord, No Remorse, No Regret. Just such a great song. Seek and Destroy, one of their early anthems. And then, of course, Metal Militia. Fast-paced, frantic. This album just is uncompromising in its speed and just juggernaut intensity, that it's hard to deny this album. And of course, they would go on to make even more refined albums that sold more and more and more. Ride the Lightning almost picked that. Master of Puppets was their huge breakthrough. That album was just really, really big for them. And then, of course, And Justice for All, and then the massive Black Album took things to even greater proportions. But I kind of decided to go where it all started because this album is so influential to the whole thrash music scene. Thrash metal just was never the same after this, and it kind of exploded. Whether you're a heavy metal fan or not, you have to pay homage to Metallica, right? Kill 'Em All, one of their great albums, their debut, it set the standard for so many thrash bands to follow, and it's got to be included here in this series. So there you have it. 1983's Kill 'Em All by Metallica. Visit us on the web at www.seaoftranquility.org. We're on Facebook, we're on Twitter. Of course, we're on YouTube all the damn time. Thanks for watching, everybody. Stay tuned. We've got more of these coming at you. We only have a couple days left. We will be on day 28 starting tomorrow. So we got day 28, day 29, and day 30. So 3 more to go. And then we move on to a totally different series each and every day in December. I'll be announcing that shortly. So thanks for watching, everybody. Visit us on the web at www.seaoftranquility.org. We're on Facebook, we're on Twitter. Of course, we're on YouTube all the damn time. Make sure you subscribe if you haven't already and click on that notification bell. We've also got the link to our Ko-Fi page below for channel donations and the link to our merch site, where you can get all sorts of cool Sea of Tranquility stuff. The holidays are coming up, so stock those stuffings with some cool SOT merch. We've got a sale running now through the end of December, so take advantage of that. And, of course, click on seaoftranquility.org, our webzine celebrating 20 years on the internet, over 23,000 album reviews. So make sure you visit there, too. I am Pete Pardo. See you real soon. Bye-bye.